Please give it up for Dan Gabriel.
One more time for Kristen Key. Everybody clap your hands nice and loud for Kristen Key. Sometimes she babysits my kids. I like this club. This is such a great club. Sometimes I do shows that are kind of weird, you guys. I did a benefit show for the California Highway Patrol. And I thought it was going to be regular people raising money for a sick dog or something. It was all cops. Hundreds of uniformed police officers staring at me with their arms crossed. I was scared. But I wanted to do the show because they were paying me in DUI gift certificates. Took 2 to get home. So I got insurance for now. I can fall down if I want. I'm glad that WebMD is no longer my only coverage. You guys go to WebMD? Huh? Stop it. WebMD is a bad website, you guys. Think about it. You never leave WebMD feeling better than when you got there. You're never like, thank God I did that. Woo! Multiplies your problems by a lot. You go to WebMD with dandruff, you leave with diabetes. Sucks. So I had to get a new doctor, and I went to go meet my new doctor, and it's no good, you guys. My new doctor's gorgeous. She's hot, and I don't want a hot doctor. It's screwing up my health care. I'm lying to her. I can't even help it. She's like, Mr. Gabriel, are you experiencing any chest pain? I'm like, only when I bench more than 700. Are you experiencing any shortness of breath? I'm like, I'm not experiencing shortness of anything. I've seen clips where this ends well. I asked the doctor for advice for my sister. My sister and her husband are trying to have a baby, and I asked the doctor how she could help her chances. And the doctor said, if your sister's trying to have a baby, tell her she's doing it wrong. Trying isn't how babies are made. Babies come from the opposite of trying. Babies magically appear when it's the most inconvenient time in your life. If your sister wants a kid, tell her to quit her job and start a band. That's how you make a baby. You know what I'm talking about? Who's got kids? Clap your hands if you got kids. Who's got kids? How old are your kids? 2.5 and half. You could just say 3. One is 2.5 and the other's a half. Okay, all right, good. Thought you were trying to trick me. What do you got, boy, girl? Both? What do you got? One of each? All right, what are their names? Ruben and Mila. Those are beautiful names. Thank you for naming your children names. Right? There's a trend going around nowadays. People naming their kids weird crap. Right? I met a little girl named Abcd. It's spelled A-B-C-D. I met a little girl named Shatheed. It's spelled shithead, you guys. It's no good. You can't do that to your kid. And a lot of people make a common mistake with naming girls. They try to name a girl after a virtue, thinking it'll make her virtuous. And that don't work. All the sluttiest girls I knew growing up had names like Hope, or Faith, or Chastity. It's like they're trying to do the opposite of their name. That's why if I have a little girl, I'm gonna name her Stripper. Or Crackhead. Or Prostitute. Tootie for short. My son's name is Prison Bitch. PB. We call him PB. I got 2 boys. I'm a very good dad. I learned some stuff with the first kid that I can now apply to the second kid. One of the things I learned is that phrase terrible 2s, that's a lie. It's terrible 3s. Right? 3 is way worse than 2. All of a sudden they can outrun you. And they're suicidal. When my first son was 3, he would communicate with me when it was convenient for him. If I was like, hey, little man, you want a cookie? He'd be like, yeah, I know what you're saying. I'll take a cookie. If I was like, hey, it's time to go to bed, he'd be like, no hablo inglés. Sorry, bad. I had another one. I had my son, he was in karate, but I pulled him out of karate because I realized that karate is just dance class for boys. Right? Instead of learning twirling and tapping, it's kicking and punching, but it's a set 2-minute routine. I was like, listen, little man, you're never going to get attacked in that order. Right? The gang coming at you doesn't care that you choreograph something. The teacher's not a guru. That guy's a belt salesman. It's true, man. My kids sleep a very thin wall away from where the wife and I sleep, so if we want to mess around, we got to turn on the TV to drown out the noise. You guys do that, right? You got to. Can't let your humping be part of their nightmares. I'm very particular about what's on the TV as our background humping noise. I'll flip around the channel as long as it takes to find something appropriate, because I'm easily distracted. Right? First of all, it cannot be children's programming of any sort. I can't do it during Teen Titans. I'll start laughing. Can't be anything with too much of a plot either, right? Like Kristen was talking about Law and Order. I can't do it during Law and Order. I'll start paying more attention to the investigation. Wondering what makes it heinous. All right. Okay. All right. Coming to the stage right now, boys and girls, is a hilarious friend of mine. He does the warm-up for the Conan O'Brien show, and he's going to warm you guys up right now. Clap your hands nice and loud for Gary Cannon.